What's up guys, this is the Olight PL-3R. Let's get into it. So before we get into the video, I wanted to mention that Olight is having their 16th anniversary sale, and that's going to be running from now until April 22nd. And during that sale, you can get this guy, the PL-3R, for an absolute steal at $69.99. You can also get this guy for completely free during that sale. This is the Olight i3E EOS, and it is an awesome little AAA keychain flashlight. So be sure to click that link in the description, check out the sale. If you missed the sale though, you can still get 10% off anything on the Olight web store besides the X9R using the coupon code APARMS, and that link will be in the description. So included in the box, you get the light, get the magnetic charging cable, you get a couple Allen wrenches, and you also get a Picatinny rail adapter, and those Allen wrenches are used for installing the light onto the gun as well as changing out that rail adapter, and you also get a user manual. Alright guys, so here it is. This is the PL-3R. This is the brand new rechargeable version of the PL-3, and let's go ahead and run over some of the features of it. Starting up front, you have your lens here, and you can see there is a little bit of a strike bezel around it. Moving further back, you have your mounting system, and just like the regular PL-3, this is an adjustable mounting system. So depending on where you want this mounted on your rail, you can unlock it and slide this little locking block forward and backward 3 positions, which makes it really easy to fit on any size gun. You can also see here you have your rail adapter, and the one that's in here is marked GL. They also include a Picatinny one, and the reason you have the GL adapter is because on gens 1 through 4 on the Glock pistols, the rail slot was slightly slimmer. It wasn't the full 1913 Picatinny specifications. On Gen 5 and above though, they swapped over to Picatinny specs, so if you are using a Gen 5 Glock or any other firearm, you will need to swap this out to the Picatinny adapter. Moving on to the right side, you can see you have your thumb screw, and this is a really secure mounting system as opposed to their older lever QD mount. I actually prefer this one even though it takes a little bit longer to install. And there are multiple ways to attach this to your gun. For instance, you can just use your thumb, which is what I usually do. It's got aggressive texturing on the edge as well as these raised portions to grab onto. You can also use a coin in this indentation here, or you can use the included Allen wrench that comes in the box and stick it right here in the middle and tighten it that way. It actually reminds me a lot of the Streamlight mounting system, although this is more versatile. Moving around the side, you can see you have your markings here, and here is the magnetic charging port, and this is where you charge the light. So you do not need to remove it from your firearm to charge it, which is a really cool feature. Just stick on your magnetic charging cable that's included in the box here, and you're good to go. And that does have a charging indicator built in, so when the charger is attached and red, that means it is charging, and when it turns green, that is fully charged. And this is also compatible with the remote pressure switch. So if you're interested in running this on a rifle, you can do so by attaching a remote pressure switch. That's a really awesome feature. You can also see this little groove cut out around the charging port, and that is to help the remote pressure switch sit flat on here. It gets it lower down onto the light, and that prevents snagging and accidentally pulling it off. A little bit further back, you can see this dot here, and that is actually a battery low indicator. So whenever the battery gets below a certain point, when you initially turn on the light, this will light up red. And then moving further back, you have your main switches, and this is how you activate the light. These 2 switches on each side is how you turn the light on and off and run through all the functions. So let's go ahead and get this guy mounted up, and then I'll run through how to use the light and a bunch of the specs. So before you're doing anything with a firearm, you need to make sure it is unloaded fully. So we're going to drop the magazine, check the chamber, good to go. First thing you want to do is make sure that this is unscrewed fully, and then I'm going to leave it in setting number 2 because that's perfect for me on a Glock 19. Then all you do is bring it over, push in the button, it's going to clip over, and then you're just going to tighten this switch. It's going to take a few turns, but after you get to a certain point, it will stop and you are good to go. And that's it. It is fully mounted up. It really doesn't take a whole lot longer than their QD lever, but it is much more secure. So this light has 4 different modes. It has a low mode, a high mode, an even higher mode, and then a strobe mode. Lumen levels on each of these modes: low mode is 300 lumens, high is 1000 lumens, and then the next high is 1500. So using this light, hitting any of the switches turns it on. You do have momentary on. If you hold the switch and let it go, it will turn off, or if you want it on constantly, just tap it and then just tap it again to turn it off. While the light is on, you can double tap the switch to swap between high and low. The high modes are intended to be customizable depending on your preferences. If you would rather have the 1000 lumens, say you're indoors, then you can set it to 1000 and then you can use it at that 1000 level. But if you're going to use this light outdoors or on a rifle, you can swap it over to 1500, so when you swap between low and high, you get 300 to 1500 lumens. And the way to swap that is when the light is on, you're going to quickly hit the switch 10 times and then hold it on the last click, and it will blink to let you know that it is changed over. And then to enter strobe mode, just click both of these switches at the same time and it will enter there. And that's it, really straightforward. So getting into the specs of this light, it has an IPX6 waterproof rating, a 1 meter drop test rating, a maximum brightness of 1500 lumens, a maximum throw of 205 meters, size and weight, a length of just over 3 inches, a width of 1.4 inches, a height of 1.2 inches, and it weighs 3.7 ounces. So let's go ahead and get this guy out at night and see how it does. Alright, here we are with the PL-3R at night. Let's go ahead and start off in low mode, turning it on. And yeah, that is 300 lumens right there. That is super bright. And now I have it set to high number 2, which is 1000 lumens. So I'm going to double tap into high. That is crazy bright. That is super bright. Now the light is off. I'm going to 10 tap it into high number 1, which is 1500 lumens. There we go. 2 flashes means it's in high number 1. Wow, that is crazy bright. 1500 lumens in a light this price is insane. And you can see that spill is really nice and even around it with a really good tight hotspot. Let's go ahead and hit it in strobe mode for just a second. Yeah, that is super bright and disorienting. Really good strobe mode and really great performance out of this. Alright, let's go over my final thoughts on this light. I really love it. For the price, you cannot beat this. You get a rechargeable 1500 lumen pistol light with the ability to run on a rifle with a remote pressure pad for only $69 during the sale. That is an absolute steal. And even at the original MSRP, it's still a very good deal. Again, for a light of this capability, that is very hard to beat. And at that price point, you really can't find anything to beat this. So I would absolutely recommend picking one up. And if you missed the sale, don't worry, you can still get 10% off anything on the Olight web store besides the X9R using the coupon code APARMS. And that link will be in the description. So anyway guys, if you liked the video, be sure to hit like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and thanks for watching. See you later.